Hello everyone and happy to see you here. It's Money Secrets. Today we're going to talk about really interesting things you didn't know about Tesla and Elon Musk. We made a huge research and now we are ready to tell you about it in details. So if you're eager to know the latest information about Tesla's $25,000 sedan, stay with us until the end. In this video, we are going to go over everything we know about Tesla's $25,000 vehicle and why this vehicle is about to change everything we knew before. We guarantee you will be totally shocked. Make sure you stay until the end of the video so you don't miss out on the craziest news ever. Whenever Tesla makes one of its long-anticipated presentations, a predictable sequence of events takes place. The mainstream press, newspapers, business mags, stock pundits is unimpressed and puts out a batch of "what is the big deal" articles. The TSLA stock price plummets the next morning. Then, over the next few days, journalists who cover the EV industry, drawing on their greater understanding of the technical issues and the dynamics of the auto industry, explain why Tesla's latest batch of news is a very big deal indeed. The stock price recovers, and the consensus estimate of how Tesla's lead over the legacy brands is ratcheted up by a year or two. Over the last 10 years, we've seen Tesla bring the price of their vehicles down substantially. From the sporty Roadster to the Tesla Model 3, Tesla has revolutionized the way people see electric vehicles. However, Tesla's vehicles are still too expensive to the majority of the population. On Tesla's Battery Day, Elon Musk announced that Tesla would dramatically reduce the cost of its battery cells and packs, which means the company's new goal is a $25,000 electric car. The company's CEO, Elon Musk, said its new tabless battery cells, as well as by changing the materials inside the cell, will allow Tesla to halve the price per kilowatt hour, which will make electric cars roughly the same price as combustion engine ones. Also, Elon publicly acknowledged that Tesla's $25,000 electric sedan is coming. Now there are a few small but stable leaks that you may have missed that point towards the specs of the new vehicle. So stay until the end to know everything about the latest news. Elon Musk has been hinting at a Chinese compact for quite some time now, which makes Tesla's announcement of $25,000 sedan shocking. Now, before we get into the details, we need to go over the evidence we have. During Tesla's Battery Day, Elon Musk specifically stated that Tesla's first goal is to get an annual battery production capacity in the unit terawatt hours, which, to put into reference, is equal to thousands gigawatt hours. The price per kilowatt hour is the unit of energy commonly used to measure the capacity of battery packs in modern electric vehicles. Those prices have been falling dramatically over the last decade, from 1,100 kilowatts per hour in 2010 to 156 kilowatts per hour in 2019, a drop of 87%. Experts predict that the price will hit $100 per kilowatt in 2023, but Musk said Tesla will kick off a 3-year process to bring the price below that, though he didn't say exactly what the price target would be. Elon Musk also said about the iron, which is referring to the lithium iron phosphate chemistry, also known as LFP. This technology is used in Chinese Model 3 and has a cost per kilowatt hour of $80. Musk's direct speech. We are confident that long-term, we can design and manufacture a compelling $25,000 electric vehicle. About 3 years from now, we are confident we can make a very calm, compelling $25,000 electric vehicle, which is also fully autonomous. The statement that Elon makes here is extremely important. The release of $25,000 vehicle is not just a fascinating product for the consumer, rather it marks the fact that electric vehicles are much cheaper than internal combustion ones. Drew Baglino, Tesla's senior VP of Powertrain and Energy Engineering, described a laundry list of incremental improvements that should enable Tesla to cut its battery costs in half in 3 years, but there are still a lot of variables in the equation. What are Tesla's battery costs now? How much will a complete battery pack cost, and what percentage of the total vehicle cost will it be? Napkins covered with scrawled math are all over the table explaining the significance. At this point, we know that Tesla electric sedan is using LFP chemistry. We also know that the vehicle will be manufactured 3 years from now. The addition of a few key points, we can easily get an accurate guess as to what this vehicle will look like. Just to be clear, the LFP battery chemistry will not be Tesla's Roadrunner cell, but rather it is contemporary amperage technology LTD's, also known as CATL's lithium iron phosphate cell. China's Contemporary Amperex Technology Co. Limited, CATL, a Tesla supplier, is developing a new type of electric vehicle battery that contains no nickel or cobalt. The new battery type will be different from existing NCA, NCM, and LFP batteries and will have no expensive metals like nickel or cobalt. Meng Changfeng, a senior executive at CATL, told an industry conference held by the China Association of Automobile Manufacturers in Shanghai. CATL is also developing a separate technology to integrate battery cells directly into an EV's frame to extend its driving range. Tesla's Roadrunner cell announced on his battery date has a high amount of nickel that allows for a much higher energy density. This is especially important for vehicles that tow heavy metals, such as the Cybertruck and the Semi. On the other hand, Tesla's electric sedan is built primarily for family use. Elon Musk even hinted at the fact that the sedan would be a robo-taxi if full self-driving is ready by then. So given that we already have the specs of CATL's battery, we can estimate the specs of Tesla's electric sedan. One major advantage of CATL's battery is the fact that it not only has a lifetime of 1,000,000 miles, but also a decent energy density. When you combine this with Tesla's advanced firmware regulation, this gives Tesla's vehicles a high driving range. According to Tesla's filling of its Chinese Model 3, the specs actually didn't change after using CATL's batteries. This all come at a cost of $80 per kilowatt hour, according to Reuters report. Now keep in mind that this isn't Tesla's battery, so we can use another vehicles as benchmark. More specifically, the Xpeng P7 is an EV that is similar curvature to the Tesla's upcoming electric sedan. In addition, the P7 also uses CATL's lithium iron phosphate battery. At the lowest price point, the Xpeng P7 costs about $33,000 and has NADC range of 349 miles. The NADC is China's range estimate that typically estimates a range much higher than the EPA's. To put the NADC range into perspective, the Model 3 Standard Plus has an NADC range of 286 miles and has an EPA range of 250 miles. If we assume that the NADC is off by the same percentage, then the Xpeng P7 base version has around 284 miles on the EPA test. Given this, we can estimate the range of about 250 miles on the base version electric sedan. Elon Musk has previously stated that at least 250 miles is required for Tesla to release a vehicle. It makes the expectations at least 250 miles on Tesla's electric sedan. In addition, Elon Musk's robo-taxi announced hints at the fact that Tesla's electric sedan will first start its production in the US. Tesla's robotaxi software, testing and coding has been primarily built in the US, so it wouldn't make sense for Tesla's $25,000 vehicle to be released in a different country first. Also, keep in mind that Elon has been preparing a compact vehicle for China, so would it make sense for both the compacts and the sedan to come out in China? The last clue we know of it is that the vehicle will indeed last for 1,000,000 miles with CATL's LFP chemistry. At Tesla's battery day, Elon Musk never mentioned the Roadrunner cell, which many assume to have a 1,000,000-mile lifetime. If the cell doesn't, however, then it makes a lot of sense to use CATL's LFP battery. Tesla's $25,000 vehicle is built to be robotaxi, as Elon Musk mentioned, and because of that, it requires a high lifetime in order to incentivize owners to add their vehicle to the robotaxi fleet without being worried about battery degradation. Which would you choose for $25,000? A Tesla Model 2 EV or a Volkswagen Golf with conventional fossil fuel engine? No longer will the argument hold that I can't buy the EV because it's too expensive, because they will be the same price. You could still say 200 miles is not enough to get me all the way from New York to Los Angeles or London to Edinburgh in one go, but who really does that? And 3 years from now, recharging will be much more ubiquitous too. And that's hardly a trial for Tesla's owners already. When you can buy an EV with over 300 miles of range, that is faster and equipped with better technology than an internal combustion engine Volkswagen Golf, as well as being much cheaper to run, only groundless anti-electric prejudice will stop you. There won't be any real reason to buy a car that runs on fuel derived from oil and gas anymore. As Elon has said several times, Tesla's real competition is the millions of fossil fuel vehicles rolling off the assembly lines. And when Tesla delivers a $25,000 car, that competition will be over. Outro. Thanks for watching. We hope you stayed until the end to know the craziest news ever. We hope you're following our channel, Money Secrets. If not, don't forget to subscribe to know more interesting news and facts. Want to watch more interesting videos? You can find a lot in here. See you in the next video.